here and you watch us, you know you watching.
We're here. We're back. We're back, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching.
We do.
Thank y'all for coming back again. No matter how you're watching us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, we always say this. Our mission is to do one thing, is to leave you just a little bit better than we found you initially. So whatever area we can help add value in, we want to do that. So in the area you may be struggling in, facing some kind of adversity, whatever the case may be, if we can give you a message that may help take your business life, your relationship, or your parenting to the next level, we want to see if we can help.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming back and joining us again.
Happiness is everything. First, I just want to...
Love and happiness.
I think we sung that song before.
That was Marvin Gaye.
I want to shout out my man's hat, though. Y'all see his little swaggy little hat he got going on?
Shout out to my wife and her beautiful look. She always got her stomach out. She got a seat pad.
I always wear crop tops. I am the crop top queen, y'all. I think it doesn't really matter where I go. I'm wearing crop tops. I think the only place I never wore crop top was like to our ECWA's conference, and it was just because I don't think he would let me because I wear them all the time.
She should have been born in Miami.
Miami.
Or somewhere Caribbean.
Hey, he gonna take me over there someday. He gonna make all that come true. But guys, we're gonna jump in it. Today we are here to discuss a book. No videos today, just a book. But Adam's reading a book, and I want to go ahead and set the tone for you guys. The person's book who we're reading, it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with the person as a whole. But as a businessman, it's all about knowledge. It's all about knowledge. Reading this book is just to kind of gain a little bit more insight on how people think and how they gain their success. And maybe one or two nuggets that they give can help us in our business or help you in your business. And this book, I really feel a lot of people didn't read. So we are bringing it to your screen today. What are we talking about?
We're reading a book that is called...
He's reading a book.
I am reading a book that is called Why We Want You to Be Rich. It is co-authored by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
And Donald Trump. So they partnered together in 2006 and they wrote a book, and it's entitled Why We Want You to Be Rich. Two authors, one message, and it's really all about financial education. And they talk about the importance of the information, acquiring your wealth, not not money making you rich, but information and education making you rich. Kind of like this pillow. The more you learn, the more you earn. That's kind of the theme of their book, man. They're all about, educating yourself and not letting other people think for you. Like thinking for yourself, building your own business, doing your own thing. So shout out to Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump. Again, not about political views, none of that stuff. This is pure information. This is about 10 years before Trump even ran for presidency. Yeah. And say what you want about Trump. He is an international, multi-billionaire before he became president. Yeah. Internationally known, super successful. So if I could become an international billionaire, I don't think we're mad at that, right? I don't think we're mad at that. Well, they say things in the book saying, hey, look, the information's in the books. Like, all their success has come from, not from money, but it's came from education, financial education, and information. Acquiring the right knowledge, and not quitting. But yeah, Donald Trump and Kiyosaki. What we got?
I mean, hey, we're going to just kind of jump right in. And again, we are going to be devil's advocate today. Never limit yourself to I think that sometimes people limit themselves to not reading something about Donald Trump or not learning or listening to some of his older speeches because of what he did in the presidency. Let's not ever get it mistaken. Like Adam said, Trump is a businessman, 100% someone that I would like to learn from. I'm just going to put that out there. And you take that how you want to take it. But I wrote down some questions today on my little flashcards that I want to ask Adam. Some of them are just quotes, some of them are questions, and I want him to kind of elaborate stuff that he's reading in the book. These are some of the things that you actually highlighted in your book that you like.
Yes.
Okay, so you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
So, I'm going to ask you, what made you start reading Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki's book? That's big.
What made me start? I was reading a book by Robert Kiyosaki entitled The Business of the 21st Century. And in that book, he was talking about the business of the 21st century was network marketing. In that book, he said, me and Donald Trump did a study in the book we wrote, Why We Want You to Be Rich. So I highlighted that book. I said, Donald Trump, Kiyosaki wrote a book, and they talked about network marketing. Yeah. Why did they do that? So, of course, my inquisitive mind took me to say, let me read this book. So after I finished that one, I said, I'm going to read this one.
Okay.
And that's how I got there. That's how I read it. That's how I started reading it.
Okay. and I want to throw this in there to you guys. This book of The Business of the 21st Century, I actually read this book when I stayed in my hometown. So that was probably about 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up reading it in like 2 days because I had a job opportunity that I wanted to come to. Well, I let other people tell me like, no, this is not a good opportunity. This is not a good opportunity. In 2021, we now see the network marketing is like huge.
I'm the one who told her it wasn't a good idea. I
wasn't gonna put that on you.
Please blast me. So she read the book first, right? She had a meeting with some random man in the mall.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to come to the meeting. I'm like, bro, I'm straight on that. I'm not going to no meeting. I read no books.
Yeah.
I'm not going to no meetings. I have a job. I'm straight. And I convinced her not to do it. Maybe she'll start doing it back then. Maybe she already been popped in the industry and she'd be gone.
But I'm glad I didn't do it because that probably actually wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. But it's just so good to know that, hey, that was, 6 years ago. And you have to see 6 years later, it's still a hot topic. I'm not saying that we are in network marketing, but somewhat of what we do, some people could say, yes, this is network marketing. And if it isn't, I don't care. It's lucrative. Good for it. Okay, so quote number 1.
Quote number 1.
Money does not make you rich. Knowledge makes you rich. Why did you highlight that?
Because I feel like that is very true. Because there are countless stories of people who acquire a bunch of money. So okay. Lottery winners.
Oh yeah.
NFL athletes. Your favorite hip hop or musicians. They acquire a lot of money, but you see after 5 or 10 years, they're flat broke. Mm-hmm. And the main reason it all points back to is financial education. They don't know what to do with their money. Okay. Like they don't know how to evade. I won't say evade tax. I'm not gonna say that, but they don't know how to operate in the tax market. Yeah. They don't know about debt. They don't know about things like that, and they think, I got all this money now, so I always have all this money. Okay. And that's not how it works because they don't have their money work for them in the right ways.
They don't have their money working for them.
So the rich think, hey man, look, how can I make my money make more money for me? Like how can I build a business? How can I invest my money back into my business to create more money? Or how can I invest back into real estate and make more money? And when you invest in real estate, you get a lot of tax breaks. When you invest in oil, you get a lot of tax breaks. But some people don't even know that stuff.
Yeah.
And so the information's in the books. So that's why one reason where the more you read, the more you learn, the more you earn. Like it's all goes hand in hand. So it all starts with acquiring knowledge. And the Bible says that in Proverbs, everything starts with seeking wisdom. Like you can't run from that. You can't run from reading books.
And why would you want to?
Because it's boring.
No, not from reading the books. Why would you want to run from knowledge? Reading is definitely boring. I'm still trying to get on that train. But I want to go a little deeper because now you're here, and so you're saying people don't have the knowledge and they don't have the information to have financial literacy. Well, people who hire people to take care of their money because they're not financially responsible, how does that still not play into the world of making you more money?
Yeah, and again, a lot of people fall into this trap who acquire a lot of wealth quickly. They hire somebody to manage their money for them or to invest their money for them. And most times, the person you give your money over to doesn't have any money at all for real.
No.
So you're giving your money to somebody who doesn't even have any money. Mm-hmm. So you're literally putting your future and your legacy in the hands of somebody who went to school for 4 or 5 years, or maybe even go to school. They say nowadays financial advisors, it takes more time to become a massage therapist than it does to become a financial advisor.
That is insane.
It's insane, right? It's insane. So why wouldn't you go ahead and seek out your own information? Because it's your money. Like your talents, your gifts got you that money, right? Or pure luck because you hit lotto. But either way, it's yours now, right? So the most important thing after acquiring the money is protecting your money, guarding your money, so you don't lose your money. Like, who cares if you get it all and you lose it all in 10 years? Like, you want to get it to keep it.
I think there's a quote that says, those hearts lie where their treasures lie. Mm-hmm. Most times, people's treasures are their money. Yep. So why wouldn't you keep that close to you? Because in the Bible, it says, above all else, guard your heart. And people's hearts are where their treasures are. So I just don't understand, like you said, for someone who makes $100,000 a year or less, why are you letting them manage multi-million-dollar accounts? Not sure. I would definitely further read that book.
I would definitely look into that. And the verse the quote you said was from the Bible as well, too. So where your heart lies, your treasure lies. That's in the Bible as well. The Bible got all the answers, man. It got all the answers, man. So if you get somebody over to your money, you need to make sure the person you handing your money over to is, a real reputable person who knows exactly what they're doing. Like if I get my money over, I'm handing over to people like Ray Dalio and his team, like people who know what they're doing. But I've researched and read Ray Dalio's books, so I know like his model, his theory. So again, Educate yourself. You will.
Okay, guys. Question number 2.
Question number 2.
Actually,
Okay,
it's another quote. It's another quote. It's not a question yet. I mixed them up. So I'm going to put this one out that we were just joking about this quote here, because I tell Adam he is going to be this person in a lot of people's lives close to us. So it's kind of funny. But the quote is, "My poor dad valued security and my rich dad valued freedom." Why was that so big to you, and why does that resonate with you so much?
I mean, because we've been talking about it for the past couple of days, and we watched Robert Kiyosaki, a couple of days ago, yesterday, and Kiyosaki is known for his book Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you haven't read that book, please go read it. It's one of the number 1 New York Times best-selling books, for the past several years. Read the book. But he talks about in that book, his poor dad was a government employee, and he always values security. Like, get a steady paycheck, invest in your 401k, retire, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, his poor dad ended up retiring with nothing, being dead broke. But his rich dad owned several businesses. So his rich dad was his friend's dad. Like, his friend had a dad, and his dad owned several businesses, and he spent a lot of time with his friend and his dad. And his rich dad taught him a bunch of valuable information about business, and saying, hey, the number 1 thing in life, man, is freedom. Like, the freedom, once you have the freedom, you can experience the quality of life that you want, right? And you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but the freedom that you have, you can create businesses and you can employ really, really smart people. So his rich dad was hiring accountants, hiring lawyers, hiring doctors. Like, that's what his rich dad was doing, right? While most people, either become those doctors, lawyers, and not accountants, stuff like that. But his rich dad was saying, man, I don't want to be stuck behind a desk, doing accounting numbers all day. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to hire those people so I can free my time up to spend time with you and you and my son, right? Because that's quality of life. So that's freedom, and that's what the rich really cherish. It's not about the money for most rich people. It's about the freedom, right? Never get it twisted. It's not about, they rich or they greedy. Some people are rich and greedy, right? Some people are rich and greedy, but they seek out to become rich for the freedom. Money gives them not only financial freedom, but it gives them time freedom.
And that's huge.
Time freedom is everything, because you don't get that time back. You'll make money back, right? You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Like, once your time is up, your time is up. Once the expiration date, it's over with, man.
We talked about Steve Jobs saying that he just wished he would have valued the money. Was cool, but when it's all said and done, money ain't gonna keep you here. So did you miss out on time? Did you miss out on certain events? Did you miss out on help? Like, did you miss out on certain things that were actually more important than just the cash value? A lot of people don't put forth that. Now, if you got to think, if you make your life as plain as this: eat healthy, live right, be a good person, help other people, create a business, get out of corporate America. If you live your life like that, I can almost promise you, when it's time to be on your deathbed, the money would have already come, and you would have gained more freedom and time back into your life. And so now you wouldn't have as many regrets as he did, and he was like a billionaire. Is he a billionaire?
Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Definitely a billionaire.
How much was he worth?
I don't know. Well, how much is Apple worth? How much is his legacy worth? How much is Apple worth right now?
I don't know.
That's what he created. That's what he created. He created Apple. He's all the iPhones and AirPods you wear, and the Beats you have on your head. All that's, my
Beats.
man. Beats are by Dre, but guess who bought Beats by Dre?
Oh.
Apple.
Look at him schooling me, y'all.
Apple. Like, Apple did that. What Steve Jobs built did that. And again, all that stuff she named, she listed off perfectly. Like, if you do those things in that order, I guarantee you, even if you never become super, super, super wealthy, like, the experiences you'll have in life will be far better. Like, the time with your wife, the time with your kids, the time with your friends, the time with your family. Like, that stuff will be way more important, like, than the stress you get from being trapped in corporate America. I really believe that.
Because corporate America is stressful, guys. We've been there. All right. So you just mentioned pretty much, you didn't use the word leverage, but you did just speak about somewhat of leveraging other people to get your time and freedom back instead of being in corporate America.
Yeah.
So leverage is the ability to do more with less. So as a business owner, how do you properly leverage your resources to ensure that you have enough time? Like, back to yourself. Because, as a business owner, my dad was a business owner. And my dad owned his own business for years. And one thing he did not have is time.
Okay.
He had his own business. He did all that, but he did not have time. He was 24/7 working for himself. So how do you make sure that the leverage works in your favor?
Okay, Robert Kiyosaki talks about that as well too in the book. He talks about the cash flow quadrants. ESBI. E is employee. S is self-employed or small business owner.
Okay.
So what your dad was classified as, he'd be an S quadrant person.
Okay.
And really what that means is he really didn't own a business. The business owned him. Because if he stopped working, like if he stopped working completely, the business stopped. Correct?
Yeah.
If he didn't go work, the business wasn't working.
So
that's not leveraging anything. Okay. The B quadrant, B is big business and I is investing.
That's this side, right?
That's the right side of the quadrant, and that's where real leverage comes into play at. So big business means now I'm hiring employees in the business to do X, Y, and Z. So let's say I'll hire an employee. Let's talk about our business, right? Let's talk about our business, because our business is, in our business, we leverage other people's time and money, right, to create more time and money for us. Simple, right? We bring people on who want to go out there and help protect families by selling insurance policies, right? And the more policies they sell, they get more money, right? But we get a piece of it for bringing them on, training them up, and getting them in the system. Correct? But what that does for us is, if we're making money without having to go out there and physically do it ourselves, we create more time for ourselves too.
Correct.
Because we're not, living for a check day to day. We have money still coming in consistently each and every day, which buys us more freedom. So by leveraging other people's talents, we buy ourselves more time and more money that way. But the main thing is freedom. Eventually, once you leverage, a lot of people's talents and efforts, you get what you're looking for. What's the word? Freedom.
And so what
it's all about freedom.
It's all about freedom. And what he just explained, guys, for some people, again, they would go back and say, oh, no, this is network marketing. This is network marketing. But even in a corporate American structure, I'm sure if you've been on social media, you've seen the pyramid. And it shows that even CEOs at the top, they're leveraging more of your time than we are. And they're leveraging they're leveraging a lot more from you, actually. But they're taking a lot more from you. And they're still at the top doing the same thing that we're doing. They're just making more for less, I get. They're making more for less, and you're making less for less also. So in a business that we're in, network marketing, independent contracting, whatever you want to call it, now you also have more time. You also have more freedom. You also have more money. And we do too. So it's one of those things like help people, and it comes back tenfold. It's just, that's kind of like, that's the structure.
That's the model.
Get paid.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership.
It's not a employer-employee relationship.
Correct.
So that's more of a employer-employee means I tell you what to do and you do it. If you don't do it, you're fired. Like with us, it's a partnership. Like you're a volunteer almost. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to, because you're your own independent, agent, and you can build your own business the same way we're building our business. That's the best thing about it, because insurance carriers don't care. Like they don't care, where you come from, who you are, what you look like. If you can, create something to push insurance products through, that's all they care about. They care about distributing products. That's the model. That's the model of every company, legal or illegal.
Yeah.
Right? They want to push products, right? And if you can create a distribution channel to help them push products, you buy your own freedom doing that. Like you by partnering with somebody else, you start buying your own freedom.
I like that.
Right? You can't do it by yourself. You can't get your freedom by yourself. You need partnerships. You need relationships. And to speak on the network marketing piece, so this is how I explain what we do, right? We're in a heavily regulated industry. The insurance industry is regulated, on the state level, on the federal level, like it's regulated.
You could go to jail.
They would take you to jail if you do wrong. Like these big insurance companies, they back the banks. So if the banks run out of money, they go to the insurance companies to get money.
Yeah.
Right? So these insurance companies are huge, right? $1 billion companies. They're not going to let anybody push their products. Okay? Now, in traditional multi-level marketing, network marketing, they'll take any Joe Blow off the street.
Yeah.
But in our industry, you have to be a professional. So what I say is, it's like the insurance industry and network marketing had a baby.
I like that.
And they produced this.
Okay.
Right, they produced it where I love that they love the marketing structure of the network marketing, right? By just getting people to go out there and help protect their communities, right, and help bring people on to make income in their communities, right? Because people nowadays aren't sitting there watching TV ads all day.
No,
nobody's picking up the phone saying, I want to buy life insurance. Nobody's doing that, but your grandma, right? Read newspapers. So that's what I say though. It's like the insurance industry, network marketing industry. They had a baby. They produced a result. That result was Equus Financial. Then Equus Financial came together and they produced another result called the Dior Group, baby. We coming at you to your screen. We the new young kids too. We got the youngest kid,
the new
youngest
kids
child.
on the block.
New kids on the block, man. We the youngest child. We the spoiled ones. We want what we want. We want it now.
It's my business and I want it now.
We're gonna scream and holler until we get what we want.
We are. So I wanna so if you told me, I'm gonna use Verizon because you were GM Verizon.
Mm-hmm.
If I was told going into Verizon the day I got hired, hey, you're gonna come in here, I'm gonna give you $500 for every cell phone that you sell. Every cell phone plan that you sell, you get $500. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm going to help you in the process build your own Verizon wireless so you can own it.
Mm.
Who wouldn't take that?
I think she said that beautifully.
Who wouldn't take that?
I think she said that beautifully. And you probably would sit and Verizon would make more money if they did that model.
Oh, they would.
So it's like, hey, look, I'm gonna show you how to sell. Every time you sell, you get $500.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? Some people only sell cell phones. That's a lot of money per cell phone. $500. Absolutely. But I'm also gonna show you. I'm gonna give you the keys to your own Verizon franchise too, though. With our partnership, our leadership, our help in the industry we're in, if you have integrity, right, and somebody vouches for you and they like you, they can bring you on. We can show you the ropes, and you literally can start chasing your own financial freedom and building your legacy for your family, right? Everybody helps everybody. So
this one is gonna get you because I think that this was one of his top quotes that was in the book, and I only think that because he brought this one back to me, so I wrote this one down. Focus. Do you remember what focus stood for?
Absolutely not. Okay.
So focus stood for follow one course until successful. Mm. So if you take that, that would count out half of the people on social media that have 5 to 6 businesses on their profile. Mm. They do hair, they do credit, they do insurance, they do Bible study, they do babysitting, they do dog walking. You're gone. Your business ain't you aren't gonna be successful. You're not gonna be as successful as you could be according to this book because you didn't focus on one thing until that was successful. What you think?
I think a lot about that.
Which I know you do.
I think that's why I highlighted it. Follow one course until successful, and this is coming from 2 successful people. One has a net worth over 100 million. The other one net worth at the time was over $1 billion. And they're telling you, man, look, like follow one course until successful. So follow one business until it's successful. And I guess some people get successful definition mixed up. Okay. Maybe their level of success isn't like what their level of success is.
That could be
because their level of success probably is grow this business to a multi-million-dollar business, then sell it or something like that, right? But people in our day and time think too small. They think success means I made, a couple $1,000 or $100,000. That means it's successful now. Like, no, bro. Like, you have so much more room to grow because once you jump in that industry, I'm pretty sure you didn't say, well, this is going to be $100K and that's all I want to make. Hopefully you jump in saying, I could be a millionaire from this industry. Like, when I jump into something, it's can I become a millionaire doing this? If I can't become a millionaire doing it, then I don't want to do it. It doesn't make sense to me to do it. But yeah, man, that's follow one course until successful. We ain't got to talk no more about that. Like, that's just plain Jane, man. Get with a team of people. Get in the right industry. Once you find that right industry that you've been praying for and hoping for, just follow that one course until it's successful. Like, whatever your level of success is, I wouldn't say whatever your level of success. I would say whatever, like, level of success that people in your industry are reaching.
Yeah,
that's what you strive for. Like, in our industry, right now, the company that we're with, partner with, Equus, like, they had like 3 people made over $1 million. Like 2 made close to one made 1.5. Shout out to Jerry Ewing, and like 2 made 1.3.
Yeah.
Then I think over 50 people made over $250,000. Like, listen, man, the money's out there, man. Like, so for us, like we're gonna follow one course until we're successful.
100%. We ain't quitting. We done been here for 3 years. You know, wasting too much time now. We can't go back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I love you.
You want to give a kiss, give us some more energy right now with this question right here.
Okay. So Adam will tell you all the time, in order to be a business owner, you must know how to sell. He's been telling people this for years. Well, now it was actually a quote in the book. If you are a business owner, you need to learn how to sell. Why is selling so important as a business owner? Why is it? Because, he said it, you said it, a lot of people said it. Why is it so important?
To be successful in business, you must learn how to sell. Like, get in the industry that forces you to learn how to sell. And guess what we do at your group? Like, we bring people on who have to go out and sell insurance policies. So it forces you to learn how to sell, which in turn is going to help you in your business.
Yeah.
It's going to help you for the rest of your life, not just your one business. Like, the next business you do, it's another sales pitch.
Or anything, friends, family, networking, anything. You're selling yourself if you're not selling a product. But I will make it more relatable to you guys. So today we were actually watching YouTube, and sometimes I pull his big brain. You got a big brain, a lot of stuff going on up there. I pull it away from him for a second. I give him mindless entertainment. He doesn't really pull that stuff up much, so I integrated in his life. Well, this morning we were watching Drake's $1 Million Home because I just wanted to see what it looked. $100 million home, and I just wanted to see what it looked like because I know we're gonna have that kind of money. So I'm like, let me see what his home looks like. And he actually had to get his gate approved. I know it sounds really small, but he had to get his gate approved because he wanted it double the size of what the city's ordinance said it could be. So he had to go into the he had to go in front of all the people at the courthouse, I believe. He had to go
in Toronto.
Whoever you talk to in Toronto, he had to go talk to these people, guys, and he had to get them to approve this double foot gate that no one else has, and he got it. He could sell himself, or he could sell the vision of what he was creating to get what he wanted.
That's everybody, man. In the industry, you gotta know how to sell, man.
Yeah.
Learn how to sell, man. Learn how to sell. Learn how to sell, man. That's it. Like, learn how to sell. And there's an art to selling, right? There's an art of selling, and the first step of selling is being relatable to people. Like knowing how to go in there and be relatable, because there's a saying in selling. I can't remember who said it, but if people like you, they'll listen to you. But if they trust you, they'll do business with you. That's just it. That's the art of selling.
But do you have any other nuggets you want to give them? You have anything else you want to talk about?
It's great to, if you didn't come from a rich background, it's great to see how the other half lives and thinks. If you want to make it to that side, because if I ask, if I say, hey man, on social media right now, raise your hand, who wants to be a billionaire? Like who said it? Who want $1 billion right now?
Everybody's hand emoji.
It's going up. Everybody's hand going up. Why wouldn't you want that, right? But how can you get it if you don't understand how that side thinks? Like, understand how the rich think. If I grew up poor, I know how the poor people think. Like, I ain't got to seek out that knowledge. I know that knowledge, so I need to seek out how the other half lives. So once I acquire that wealth, I know how to keep that wealth. I know how to get it, and I know how to keep it.
I like that.
Get it and keep it. That's all I got for that, man.
Keep it, guys. Well, he did amazing today. Today was pretty much just kind of like a pick Adam's brain day. Sometimes I just like to do that, give it a rest from the videos, and just kind of get all that stuff in his head, because he has so much stuff in there just jobbled up. And if I don't let him talk to you guys, he's going to be talking to himself. I need to let him get it out. But guys, we're so thankful that you guys came back and watched us again. And you already know, if you are following us or if you watch this video,
you know what you can do, man. If you like you said, if you like what we're doing, if you're on Facebook, make sure you give it the thumbs up message. No, actually, sorry, on Facebook, you give it the red heart. You say you love it. If you're on Instagram, double tap it and love it. If you're on YouTube, all our YouTube viewers, comment, like it, subscribe to our channel. But most importantly, on all 3 of those platforms, make sure you do one thing. Make sure you share it, right? Make sure you're a blessing to someone else. Once you learn that, once you say, you know what, like, I don't want to be blessed today, I want to be a blessing. That's when you start becoming successful. Like, so share the message to somebody else who may need this message, right? Bless somebody else, man. That's what I got, man. What's up?
That was good.
That was great.
That was great. But we'll see you guys again for another video soon. Take care. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.